Aquaman. I'm totally not wearing an Aquaman shirt. I don't own an Aquaman shirt. Story of Aquaman is Arthur Curry, who is Aquaman. His mother was the Queen of Atlantis. His father was a lighthouse keeper. They had a kid, Arthur Curry, who is Aquaman. One could argue rightful king of Atlantis. That's up for debate among Atlanteans, and his half-brother Orm, otherwise known as Ocean Master. He hates human beings, so he's like, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe out those landlubbers. Again, very much looks like Jeff Johns' Aquaman. So it looks like we have the adaptation of Jeff Johns' Shazam and also Jeff Johns' Aquaman. Hopefully I remember all the villains on this one that I've read. Yeah, Captain One-Eye Who Sees Magic was also in the Jeff Johns Shazam arc that I read. Just when Black Adam showed up, completely eclipsed the guy. Don't know who Captain Egghead is though, but he looks cool. Just kidding, this fucking Black Manta, know who he is. They did make Black Manta look pretty badass though, I was happy about that. Truth be told, I had always seen Black Manta's helmet as looking kind of dorky. Now I see some stuff as of late where I'm like, it's actually the opposite of dorky. That's cool. That can be intimidating, maybe even scary. Like if I saw that coming at me down a hallway or in the dark of water, I'd shit my pants. But if they really do play a Black Manta story, it lends itself to this being one of those perception is reality. Maybe we can kind of empathize with the villain. Kind of, because you know he's gonna do some dick stuff. I hope they go that route. So it does look like Orm is declaring war. Atlantis is declaring war against human beings. Arthur Curry, Aquaman, needs to stop it, but in order to do that, he has to step up as king of Atlantis, which means challenging his brother, which kind of makes this plot akin to Black Panther, kind of. Or at least the second half of Black Panther. Spoilers for Black Panther. When his good guy has to step up and fight Bad King for the sake of taking the throne and maintaining peace. Holy shit, that is the Lion King. A lot of CGI in this trailer is true. I suppose when Atlantis is declaring war on the mainland, you're gonna have a lot of tidal waves, a lot of destruction, a lot of CGI. Also down there in Atlantis, a lot of CGI. Atlantis looks like a great place. It's a wonderful place. It just looks like another world, and that's what the ocean really is. There is another world on this world. It's called the bottom of the ocean. There's a lot of neat stuff to see. I've never seen any of it. Went snorkeling once. That was fun. So I'm glad it has that otherworldly appeal. Looks like they're incorporating those things from the abyss. I can't think of it. They are in Aquaman. They're in the comic books. Can't think of their names at all. There's a difference between enjoying something and knowing every facet of information about that something. There is something that bothers me, and I don't know why it bothers me. Am I alone in this bothering me? When they're underwater, there's no real indication that they're underwater. I mean, their hair looks like they're underwater, sure. They're doing the Little Mermaid hair Ariel thing. Fantastic. But when they speak, there are no bubbles that come out, but you can also hear them perfectly. Nothing sounds muffled. There are no bubbles or no waves like they're talking.
That was the worst pep talk ever.
And I imagine they'll explain it in the movie, and I imagine I'll get used to it when I'm watching it. But as I perceive it and assess the information right now, I don't know. Just look a little weird. Keep in mind, this isn't a huge gripe. It's just an observation. Just saying. The story interests me. It's a guy who's from a world who doesn't want to step up to be the king of that world, and like as said in the trailer,
that is exactly why you are worthy.
Which we've heard 100 times before in 100 movies before, comic book and otherwise. But it's a recurring theme because it's a powerful theme. But unpopular opinion, if I had to choose one, I like the Shazam trailer better. Just because this looks bigger, but Shazam it looks like more fun to me. But I guess I'm an optimist on the DC universe, which is now the worlds of DC, which is actually a pretty smart thing to do. You don't want to wipe out the DC cinematic universe completely, but you want to incorporate other things. Just make it different universes that aren't really linked. May sound confusing at first, but that's what comic books do. And I'm sure the first time comic books did that, readers were confused. Then they adapted, because people are adaptable, and they moved on. Moviegoers, they will adapt and move on. All right, so the Aquaman trailer, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.